Cool. It's recording.
Cool. Hey guys, this is Ben, and today I have two special guests, Mark and Adam, and they are from an agency called Niche Builders. Welcome, guys.
Hey, Ben.
How are you?
Good, thanks. And yourself?
Good, doing good. I'm excited.
Good.
So you guys told me a surprising statistic about how well you guys are doing in terms of words per month. So how many words per month are you guys pumping out as a agency?
So we currently have the capacity to create around 2.5 million words per month, which when broken down on a daily basis to 20 days, kind of 20 working days per month, is around like 125,000 words per day. So yeah, it's fairly significant capacity at the moment.
Yeah, that's freaking huge. That's like a entire website every single day you guys are making in terms of content. So,
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, well, plus you've got to factor in that we also do all the keyword research for 2.5 million words a month, and a significant chunk of that capacity is also taken up where we build sites for clients as well. So we've got a whole team of dedicated to building sites. And then we have to format and upload 2.5 million words of content every month. So we've got another team dedicated to that as well.
So it seems like a big operation you have going on now.
Yeah, it's getting that way. We're slowly but surely getting bigger and better as we go.
Yeah, but you guys obviously didn't start off that way, right? Like, no. So how did you guys get started? And you got started less than a year ago, is that right?
Yeah, so we started the company back in December last year. We didn't take on our first kind of orders until January. And interestingly, when we first started the company, we thought that our strengths initially we thought our strengths lied in the keyword research and the formatting and uploading of content, because they were the kind of pain points that we were seeing and we were experiencing ourselves. So we thought initially we'll just do the keyword research and we'll do the formatting and uploading and we'll outsource the content. So we opened our doors, took on our first couple of orders, and we'd used another agency that we'd personally used in the past for smaller orders, and they assured us that the quality would be good and the same as what we'd experienced before. And we placed this fairly significant order with them. And what came back really late and came back horrible. Like clearly they couldn't handle the order, and then they just started outsourcing it to anyone and everyone, like non-native speakers. Like some of the content came back, it just didn't even make sense. Like it wasn't even bad English; it just didn't make any sense. And I won't mention who they are, but basically we had to close the doors for a couple of weeks while me and Mark then just we'd taken money off people, right? We had to go back and spend weeks pretty much editing and rewriting all this content for everyone until we could finally reopen. And that was the turning point. We decided there's no way we could build the business that we wanted, a scalable business, without our own content team. So that's when we started hiring our own internal team.
Yeah, finding good writers, I think, is certainly a process. You can't just hire someone. You have to vet them and then train them. And it's something I personally struggle with too. Is I've hired writers too that were not good, and I just called it a loss. So finding good writers is very important, I think.
That's what everyone struggles with, and that's kind of what Adam and I. That's the problem Adam and I had. So when we met up, Adam and I, that we discussed this issue. I'd always put out like 15, give 15 writers a try with an article and expect maybe to get one back that was any good. And then if they're any good, then you kind of go, then you hope they're reliable as well. And it's just, when you're building a site, you've got to build a mini team, because if you don't want to do the uploading yourself, you've got to find someone who knows WordPress and can do the uploading as well. And this was a frustration that Adam and I had. And kind of we thought, well, why don't we just build a team that, we could use ourselves, but also maybe, this is something that a lot of people experience. We'd used agencies as well. We tried agencies as well and not really got the quality or experience that we wanted from that. So we felt like we tried the agencies, we tried freelancers, and it just wasn't working for us. So if we could hire UK-based writers that we can train to to be pure affiliate writers, because that's the problem with on Upwork. You know, one day they might be writing a book or editing a white paper, then the next minute they're doing some affiliate content. If we get our own team, we can hire them and get them to write exactly how we want them to write and train them to be expert affiliate content writers. And so that's what we did. So we created this team, and you know, the services that we created were full end to end. So people could experience, you know, right from niche selection and keyword research through to uploading the content, inserting the affiliate links, and creating a template that we know converts, because we've you know, iterated over the layout and the design a number of times. And it seems like, you know, a lot of people were looking for that kind of service, and you know, we kind of built up some credibility with the Facebook group that we'd started, and yeah, the rest is history, really. After that, the orders just started coming through the door. We had to shut it off, as Adam said, and then we learned a lesson and kind of just slowly built it up after that until we knew that we could take orders reliably. So even though we were opening the doors, we were kind of closing them again very quick, which kind of helped, I think, build up some pent up demand as well, because people were waiting for the doors to open before they could order again. And that kind of, I think that kind of worked in our favor a bit. It's like, you know, we were that busy and sought after that there was a waiting list for us, essentially. But we made sure that we built the capacity into the team now. So we've always got too many people, so that we can always take the capacity that we need. Because we take big one-off orders, right, as well, you know, a few 100,000 words a go. So we need to be able to be elastic and stretch, and we didn't want to have a core in-house team and then still have a freelancer team on the outside that we used for, you know, if we needed them. We absolutely wanted to make sure that we have full control over the writers that we're using, and therefore we just have a bigger team than we need most of the time.
Yeah, that makes sense. So how did you guys grow? Like, you started with a small Facebook group. Like, was it mostly word of mouth, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I think like we have a very small affiliate program now, so it definitely hasn't been through that. In fact, I think we only have 4 affiliates at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're very kind of picky and choosy about who we have as affiliates. So it's not that, but I think it's 2 reasons. One is word of mouth, because like Mark mentioned, it's the full end-to-end service. It's the keyword research, the good quality content, the formatting and uploading, and you can't really get that anywhere else, or you can't get the same kind of quality anywhere else. And also our retention rate is really high. So you know, when we bring on a new client, we tend not to lose very many clients, especially on the subscription. It's because we spend a lot of time. So we have an onboarding call with them, like an hour, typically up to an hour of onboarding call, where we talk to them about the site, and we talk to them about their goals and aspirations about the site, and figure out where we can best add value and where we can go in, do our keyword research and add all that value. And then obviously the service itself kind of, it stands on its own 2 feet. I mean, I think you've had you're one of our clients currently, Ben.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, you know, a little bit later on you can speak a little bit about your experience with us. But yeah, it's just a hassle-free way for people to get good quality content, keyword research done if they need it, or if they need help. And at the end of the month, they haven't got to worry that they haven't published any new content, or, you know, they haven't got to worry about formatting or uploading, or any of the normal issues that you worry about when you're running or growing or trying to grow a portfolio of sites.
That's great. Yeah, one of the things that takes a lot of time is, like, even after my article is written, like, I still have to add the images and add the affiliate links, and it seems small, but it actually takes up a lot of time.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, it really does.
So it's good that, like, you guys provide a service where you can, like, you guys do everything, which is really good. So I don't know this answer yet. So how did you guys meet? Like,
yeah, you go.
Did you plan on doing an agency from the beginning, or?
Yeah. So Adam and I only met 13 months ago. So Adam was on the Flipping Websites podcast with Richard Patey at the time, and you know, he was talking about, you know, some of his frustrations with the parts of building sites which are hard, like finding writers and things like that. And just some of the stuff that he was speaking about really resonated with me. He was speaking even at the time about piling on loads of content onto sites, I remember, and thinking, this guy's cool, so it'd be really good to chat to him. So I just messaged him on Facebook and said, I really enjoyed the interview. And then we just decided to have a phone call the next day after chatting on Messenger for a bit, realizing that we had a lot in common. The following week, I went down to Wales to meet, as we could then. It seems a bit weird now that we could drive across the country and meet somebody, but we could. And we met, and we had a few ideas actually. It wasn't even, we were just meeting to chat shop really at the time, but we started throwing around a few business ideas, and actually we started down the road of one and didn't really go any further. And then all within the same day, we decided, through these frustrations, why don't we just start the agency that we wish that we had? So so that's how we met. And then so literally that was October. So, and then 2 months later we launched the agency. Well, we started planning, from November, and then we launched it in December. And I forgot what I was going to say there, but that's kind of how we met. And we've only met twice. I was going to say, go on.
I was just going to say, fun fact, we've only ever met in real life 4 times. And one of those times was because Mark ordered some laptops to his house rather than to my house for our team. And I had to drive, we both had to drive like 2.5 hours and meet each other halfway. Stopped in a service station, swapped laptops, like, hey, cool to meet you for the 4th time. We're building this business together. And that was that.
That's the internet. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah. It's partly lockdown. I think I would have been up, we would have met more times, but we don't need to with technology,
Yeah. So that's really cool. So everything was like just organic, and you just filled a need that you both were having, and just said, why don't we just create an agency that we would want?
Exactly that.
That's really cool. And do you guys still run your own websites as well?
Yes.
Certainly do.
Which I think is important, because like you still are in the same mindset of like building an actual website and focusing on the user rather than just like pumping out content,
Yeah.
So I think that's really important.
I think there's learnings as well. So things change all the time when you're building sites, and different methods work today and they don't work in 6 months' time and stuff. So I mean, we're always changing up our strategy for our individual portfolio sites, and we're always trying new things and testing. And then when we see that those testings and those learnings work on our own sites, then we just change or migrate that process to client sites. So we're often making small little tweaks to the template, for example, adding or removing different H tags and things just based on the testing that we do on our own sites and what's working and not working. So there's that. And then, I mean, we're always on hand to help with clients then. So if they ever have any issues or they just want to throw some ideas around and stuff, we see ourselves more as a partner to our clients rather than just that transactional customer relationship. You've ordered content, here's your G Sheet document. It's not like that. We're often recording some videos for different clients on how we're doing things and what we see working and stuff. We ask for Google Analytics access for everyone so we can monitor the impact that we're having on people's websites. So it's very much more of like almost like an agency where it's not a managed service, but we definitely feel like we're a partner on the journey with you.
Yeah, it sounds like you actually care about results rather than just producing a piece of content.
Yeah, definitely.
And literally that's the other thing, is that we're building sites for our clients exactly the same way that we build ours. So we're using the same templates, the same design, the same structure of the articles, like all the stuff we learn from building our own sites directly goes into how we build stuff for our clients. So if we change something, if we learn something new and start changing it, that just rolls into what we do for our clients as well. So, it makes a big difference that we've got kind of skin in the game. There's plenty of agencies out there that don't have people that are running their own sites in the background. So, how do they know what to change, and how do they know how to improve unless you're actually doing it day to day? There's nothing like doing it yourself day in, day out.
Mm-hmm.
So we feel that's really important. I don't think we'd ever stop running our own portfolios for that reason.
Yeah, it's very good. So what kind of results are you seeing for your clients now? Like, do you have any case studies to share or to show us?
Yeah. So we got, let me see, some of the best case studies we got are kind of through expired domains. I'll let Adam go into that in a minute because that's kind of more his thing. But we've got a few clients. So one of the, because we haven't been around for so long, we haven't got like years and years of data, which these things take time. So, but back in January, we had a client who bought a site from us that went live in February. He bought 100,000 words of content, so a site with 100,000 words on, essentially. And in April, we launched our Shotgun Skyscraper link building service, and he went for the ballistic package, so the top package for Shotgun Skyscraper, and that ran over 3 or 4 months. And over the course, by the end of the summer, what I will say is that his domain was also an H domain, so it was a very low authority. It was something like a DR2 it had 19 referring domains. It might even been under 2, but it was 19 referring domains. That's it. So come the end of the summer, he was doing about 10,000 sessions a month. And so his Amazon revenue at that point was about $350, $400 a month. Mm-hmm. And, getting to 10,000 sessions a month means he could put on Azoic as well, which means he'd be able to get another $200 or $300 from that, probably, maybe a couple $100. So we were talking over $500. So his return on investment was like really good already at that point, in terms of asset value. And now then at that point he added, it's July, August time, he started a 30,000 word per month content subscription with us. So every month we add on another 30,000 words of content because he's obviously seeing it's working and wants to push it further. And over the weekend, he just, if you look at his graph, it's just the nice steady line all the way up. And as of like last weekend, he's had a daily high of 700 sessions in a day. So we're over 21,000, over 20,000 sessions now in a month, from February, basically.
And I think one of the important things to mention there is almost all of that content is exclusively commercial content as well. So it's very, very little informational content. So 700 visitors a day for informational content, you're doing well, but it could be better. But for 700 visitors a day, all on purely commercial content, it's doing well now.
Yeah, commercial content is definitely more competitive. Usually, yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about that later because obviously your tool the new tool is built to bring out the informational keywords, right? The question-based stuff.
Yeah, it actually does both. But there's a lot of questions too.
Yeah,
for sure. So you guys offer a lot of different packages, like we got keyword research, you got link building, you got content. Do people normally order all of those, or do people mostly order one over the other? What's your most popular service that you offer?
So, I mean, it looks like a lot of services, but it's really just 3 main services that we offer. So one is content, and you can have content either drip fed on a monthly basis. So you sign up to a monthly subscription package, or you can have content as a one-off order, so a bulk order. And typically we work with investor type clients for that, where they've bought a new website or they've grown a website and they've got some money to invest and they want to add 100 or 200,000 words of content as quickly as they can. So they like that kind of one-off service. The other service is where we do build sites for clients, so the done for you affiliate site. And we can build that on a fresh domain or an expired domain, and we can help you source an expired domain as well, using the same criteria that we use for our own expired domains. And again, that comes with a variety or choice of how much content you want to launch the site with. And then the third service is link building, which up until this week has been just purely Shotgun Skyscraper. So it's the authority hacker method. We just systemized it and are able to offer that as a service. And this week we launched our new guest post and niche edit service. So you can just buy one-off links rather than having to run a shotgun campaign as well. So really speaking, it's literally just broken down into 3 kind of core services. Each core service has different options, but yeah, it's just content, links, and website builds.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you guys, so you work with new sites and then also like age sites as well, right? So
Yeah.
all different kinds of clients.
Yeah, we've got clients who own massive portfolios, like literally into the high hundreds of thousands, sometimes into the millions. I'm very jealous of their portfolios. And then we have clients then who are just starting out. Literally, it's their first site. They need some help with potentially picking a niche. They need some more hand holding in terms of explaining the process around how we arrived at the keyword selection that we chose for them, how we set up the site, how we structure the site. So yeah, we work with beginners all the way through to very seasoned pros who are doing very well.
Wow, yes, that's really good. That's great. So what's it like running an agency versus like your own sites? You guys must be awfully busy, right?
Yeah.
With all your clients and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's different, right? But I mean, Adam and I love it. Like, we love what we're doing with the agency. We love running our own portfolios. I mean, we're obviously not working with clients when we're running our own portfolios. We're just running with sites, which can be kind of a lonely place sometimes when you're kind of on your own doing that. But we love getting into the technical details there and kind of working out different techniques and doing some testing. But at the same time, I think Adam and I both similar. We both come from an agency background, and we just like helping people, and we like seeing. It's great seeing great results from someone that really changes their life in some way. So, maybe they're looking for job replacement income, and they can kind of really see how that can happen now because like they're starting to make more money, and they're making more money every month, kind of working with us. We just get real satisfaction at seeing the graphs, from a data perspective, just seeing those graphs going up and getting the results for the clients. We've made lots of friends now as well through them being clients. And as Adam mentioned, it's not just a transaction. It's people we get to know, we talk to, and we speak to a lot of our clients on Messenger regularly, whether it's about their sites or not. We just really enjoy that aspect. So it's different. It's very different. I mean, it's a completely different set of skills and everything. But at the core of it, we're still doing what we love, which is kind of building sites, and we're just helping other people find success as well.
Actually sounds fun.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So I know SEO, can take several months to get going, but working with your clients and seeing all these different kinds of portfolios, what kind of have you seen a change in trends, or have you gotten new insights, like maybe for SEO, or if certain niches do better, or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, from a link building perspective, we're definitely seeing some changes even over the year that we've been working with the shotgun skyscraper method. I've been doing the shotgun skyscraper method on my own portfolio for around 3 years now. Mm-hmm. And or whenever it was when they first actually launched it and coined it that name. But yeah, I've been doing that following that. It's around 3 years, I think. And it was a lot easier to get kind of more links then for free. It definitely seems like we're having to pay for more links than we used to, just because people are becoming more savvy about the value of a link. It really varies from niche to niche significantly as well. So on, like home kind of based niches are pretty good. Home gardening, kind of outdoor, you can generally pick up quite a lot of links for free, or at least for a low value if you have to pay some placement fee. Whereas other niches are just really hard. So obviously, like digital marketing kind of niches is just really difficult because they know what they're doing. They know it's worth value, and everybody wants you to pay and pay a significant amount. So, we promote on our site an average of number of links that we expect to get we're thinking about changing that positioning a little bit so that we can kind of break it down into niches now that we've got some more data, and so you can see what you can expect to get. So for that reason, we started implementing a guarantee on the number of links. So, on the bottom package, over a course of 3 months, we say you should get around 41 links, but we guarantee 35 links. So regardless of what niche you're in at the moment, we'll guarantee that. That may change over time as we kind of, give an average across a niche rather than an average across every single possible niche. But we've got, a whole bunch of clients and a whole bunch of data now, but the campaigns generally run over a number of months. So we only started in April. So we need some of them to close off, over a few months just to see, okay, exactly, how are we averaging out in terms of the number of links. So that's definitely been something that I've kind of observed. I mean, I think that variety across niches has always existed, but it's just becoming more evident that across the board, you're having to pay for more links now, regardless of the niche. So from a link building perspective, that's definitely something that a challenge that we're trying to overcome at the moment, and work out, what's the best way to position our service or price our service depending on what we expect to get.
Mm-hmm. And what about like COVID and Amazon cuts? Like, have you seen a change in content or a change in niches or trends or anything like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's been sort of a fundamental change. I think there's definitely been a change in seasonality, for us to put it one way. So, outdoor niches or sports niches have done very well in terms of the last couple of months because people are trying to do more stuff at home. So you've got those kind of spikes and those kind of sites doing very well. And on the flip side, obviously things like the travel niche, or anything related to travel is just gone nowhere. I think it will come back. Like I don't see anything being fundamentally different. Hopefully once this vaccine is out and things look promising, hopefully things will just go back to normal there. But definitely seeing some kind of changes from the Amazon commission fallout. And there's definitely been a shift, especially in terms of our clients and what we recommend to clients as well, in terms of split between commercial content and informational content now. With Ezoic opening up their program to accept smaller sites as well, it's definitely easier to now start going after informational based keywords. They typically tend to be shorter in length, so you can get more content or more articles for your money. Are they typically less competitive, so they rank quicker as well, and you can monetize them now quite quickly, whereas before you'd have to wait until you hit a certain threshold. Like it just wasn't really worth putting AdSense on. You kind of had to wait until you hit threshold and then add Ezoic or another platform. So yeah, there's definitely been a shift there, and people are feeling a little bit more uneasy about Amazon. It's still the best program in my opinion. It's still the easiest program. Still the best, the easiest one to work with, and it still converts like crazy compared to anything else I've tested. But I definitely feel there's a shift because people, I don't know. I mean, Amazon have cut their rates over the last 10 years, pretty much consistently every couple of years. But it seemed like that last rate cut just seemed to hit everyone a little bit harder. I don't know why. It seemed to be like that fundamental shift, and people are now starting to wonder when the next one is coming, whereas it felt like before a rate cut came and you were like, oh, it's just a rate cut, it sucks, but you kind of move on.
Yeah, that was like at least the second big one I've experienced. So definitely, I wasn't involved in the Facebook communities and stuff, so I didn't really hear a lot of noise about it.
I got really lucky actually, because literally around the same time that the cut was announced, I'd had money in escrow to buy a site, and it's a fairly significant amount. I think it was around $90,000, and luckily the seller allowed us to back out. Otherwise, we would have been stuck with a site that literally would have been worth half of what we paid for it like the week before. So I was so lucky.
Yeah. I actually sold my website like a month or two before the Amazon cuts. So
yeah,
I think it's just more viable to move away now with the modern ad networks, with like Ezoic and Mediavine and AdThrive. they're actually really good. You can actually make a real good earning off them. Now, was previously it was like Adam was saying with AdSense, you'd have to have millions of sessions a month to actually make any decent money. Now you can make decent money with 40, 50,000 sessions a month. So I think it's actually more viable. Apart from affiliate becoming more difficult with Amazon and to make more money, it's the rise of ads as well, I think, which is kind of tipping the balance and the scales a little bit as well. So
yeah, if you look at Ezoic's ad index, you'll see that every year ad revenue goes up for publishers, and they'll probably continue to increase every year.
It's like, it feels like the stock market, right? It's always going left to right. There's like peaks and troughs, but it's always going up.
Yeah, and I think due to COVID, a lot of companies have experimented or spent more on ads, and they realize it's working. So like, I think there's more people now spending more money on ads.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, I mean, during COVID, like the first lockdown, there was there was quite a dip in ad revenue, but once people kind of got past it, but yeah, now it seems to be better than ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, recently, I think it was a couple months ago, ad revenue was the highest it's ever been in history.
That's awesome.
It makes sense.
Yeah, you can make a lot of money with ads for sure.
I think it's a little less volatile as well, potentially. I mean, within Amazon, I mean, other affiliate programs you should be able to rely on pretty consistently. But even a global pandemic didn't hit ad revenue that hard. So if he seems pretty resilient on that basis.
So one thing I skipped over was your writers. You guys said that you train all your writers and they're all in-house. How do you find these writers? Are you is that okay to talk about?
Yeah, it's a lot easier than Upwork. Yes. So I mean, all of the writers we hire, all of them are based in South Wales with Adam. So I'm not quite South Wales. I'm like 2.5 miles down the road in England, just west of London, about 30 miles west of London. But yeah, we hire all the writers in South Wales. But when we first put our first ad out, we got like over 300 CVs in the first week, and we just turned it off because there was just too many to look through. And what we found is that there's not many pure writing jobs, but there's lots of people who want writing jobs. So they're in some other job and they're not, they'd rather do a writing job. So when these jobs come up, it's like a dream almost, dream come true. So we've got lots of people that are that have got great qualifications in terms of writing, degrees, masters, and maybe even journalism experience, and been writing their own books. They've got creative writing experience and things, but they just can't do it as a job because the jobs just aren't there. So when our jobs comes up, we just get inundated with quality writers. We've got people as well that are just finishing their, Cardiff and Swansea University are kind of equidistant from our offices, and they seem to have a big pool of writers coming out every single year. So we're recruiting some graduates as well. So it's just there literally is no shortage. Like we know that we can put a job out. Well, we give everybody a trial article, so they give them an article for them to show us what they can do, and we give them all the instructions of how to write the article, how we want it written, and from those we filter them down to the people that we want to interview, and we interview them and get people in. So like we normally can get a bunch of if we need 3 or 4 more writers, then we just go out, and within a couple of weeks we've normally hired them. They can't all start straight away often because they need to give notice, but some can. Some have working in retail jobs or whatever, they have to give a week's notice, and so it's not a problem. That's one problem we don't have.
And then once we have them in house, then though it's a job then to, especially if they have prior experience, like any kind of journalistic background, like trying to then, you've got to teach them to write the way that we want them to write, and how to research affiliate content and how to produce good affiliate content. And sometimes it's a little bit difficult with, like, for example, anybody with ex-journalistic journalism background, they tend to write quite complicated structures, like long sentences, like complicated sentences, which
Big
from a
words.
technical perspective are sound, and they look really good if you're reading it and you think this sounds great. But from an affiliate perspective, you don't really want that. You want short, snappy sentences. So trying to undo those years of, them being taught and trained to write in a very specific way, we then have to undo all that work and get them to write the way that we want them to write. So yeah, it's good finding them. It's easy finding them, but then we have a very strict onboarding process and methodology for either undoing some of that work and training them the way that we want to do them, or if they're a graduate or they don't have those issues, then that process is a little bit smoother.
Yeah, I agree. Like you can actually be like too good of a writer if you're writing at a higher level than your audience reads at. Like
yeah. One employee always sticks in my mind. It took me ages to get her to stop writing as if she was writing like a dissertation. I was like, just write the content as if you're writing it to a friend. Like just imagine as if you're texting it to a friend without using text speak. Just imagine that's the way you want to write the content. But yeah, it took us a while to get it into that habit. So you're right. It's you can definitely write too well for affiliate sites.
Yeah. So you're bringing in real professionals with journalist backgrounds and who are from academia and things like that. So these are actually real writers you're bringing in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's like really important to us.
It's not just someone trying to learn writing like for the first time or something.
No, we don't have time to train. I mean, even if we wanted to, we just wouldn't have the time to train them up anyway. So they have to have that experience, that base level experience. It would just never work otherwise.
That's great.
We give them some mentors to work with, so they kind of get up to speed more quickly when they first join us. So that kind of works really well.
Yeah, writing blog content is definitely different from like a scientific paper or something like that.
I think the other cool thing that we do, and I don't know how other people handle this, but due to the size of the team now, we let the team self-allocate their own work as well. So we don't allocate titles to the team anymore. So the plan and the hope is that almost 90% of the time, someone will have picked a title that they're interested in and want to learn more about and want to write about. And due to the different backgrounds we have in the team, the different people, there should always be someone who's interested in a certain topic, even if it's just kind of like a fringe interest. So you always have someone who's writing based on that they've chosen that title because they either want to learn more about that subject themselves, so they do the research to write the content, or they have experience already themselves. So they're the best people, and we found that to be much better than us just kind of randomly picking people and saying, okay, you do these 5, you do these 5. Like this way is so much better. The team is so much happier. The work is so much better. So yeah, I think that's a really cool thing that we've done.
Yeah, I agree. Like if you're interested in the topic or have real experience, it's going to show through the content for sure. Yeah. So where are you guys now? Like, do you have plans for the future or any potential change in direction, or just get bigger and better?
Yeah, just to get bigger, I guess. Just keep doing what we're doing. Add in more services slowly as we feel that they may fit. But I mean, over the last 6 months, me and Mark have talked about so many different ideas we've had, and we always come back to, let's just focus on the core things that we do well, which is content, links, and sites. So, I mean, any future services that we do bring would have to complement those 3 things very well. Like they would have to really complement them for us to actually to bring anything to market. But yeah, we just plan on keep delivering good quality service, improving it where we can, and then any additional services that we think are either missing in the market that we would like to see there for ourselves, for our own sites, then we would see how closely they align with our core services. And if they align and we think we can do a good job and we test it on our own sites first and we see good results, then yeah, we'll see what else we can bring.
Very good. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we finish up?
I'd like to hear your experience working with us, Ben. Obviously, because I think you've had 2 rounds of content from us now. I think.
I did get a sample, but I ordered 2 rounds.
The sample,
Yeah,
and then you had 1 round of ordered, right? Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I thought it was very professional. Like, you guys got on a onboarding call with me, and it wasn't your whole team, but like the editor was there. Someone who did keyword research was there.
Yeah.
Adam, I think you were there on that call.
Yeah,
Mark, were you there on that call too?
I don't think I was on that one.
No, I think it was me, Lawrence, the project manager, and Meg, who helps with the keyword research.
Yeah, so like I was like blown away just from that meeting, like how well I was taken care of from like the very beginning. Like, you guys sat down with me, figured out, hey, this is your website. What's your vision, and who's your audience, and things like that, which I think is really important. And then I decided to go for informational content commercial content.
Yeah.
Because I like writing the informational. So I figured you guys could do the commercial content. And since you have a proven template, I said, let you guys do what you do best. I just published those like 2 weeks ago, so they haven't had enough time to rank. But I'm keeping an eye on it for sure, and I'll do another round. So
yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, no, that's good to hear. Yeah, so like you mentioned, we have an onboarding call with everyone. We do the keyword research. Then we did the full keyword research plan for you as well, I think, and we sent that over. And then I think you also had an additional request where we choose not just products from Amazon. So you give us a couple of other sources to choose products from. So I think there's a couple of, is it REI? REI.com is one of the programs you use.
Yeah.
So yeah, we used a couple of different programs as well.
Yeah, and I liked how you added the images already, which is very helpful.
Awesome.
So if people want to like order from you guys or find out more, how can they contact you?
Well, they can use your affiliate link, Ben, which will be down in the message. But yeah, so if you use Ben's affiliate link, then you'll get you'll either get additional content as part of the order, or you'll get a discount if it's a link building order. But yeah, the website's nichewebsite.builders. We have a couple of Facebook groups as well. So one's called Niche Website Builders and one's called Niche Website Flippers. So on the homepage of our site, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see the 2 groups listed there that you can kind of go and join. And yeah, one's for builders and one's for people who like to buy and sell, or at least be playing that market. So yeah, that's the kind of best places to go.
Very good. Well, thank you both, and maybe we'll see each other again.
Awesome.
Thanks, Ben.
Appreciate your time.